Hey, Kendrick, let me get the numbers to the Powerball, man. I know you know. The way you've been moving recently, you gotta know the numbers to the Powerball. It's about 1.3 billion. Yeah, I said billion with a B. $1 billion. Let me get the numbers, man. And they always say somebody from California win. So I know you got the numbers. The way Kendrick been moving right now, that man got the crystal ball. That man got the 8 ball. That man been moving like Negro Damas.
That man is Negrodamus.
R.I.P. to Paul Mooney. But listen, this man Kendrick has been going hard since Euphoria, and everything he said a year ago is starting to hit to this day. They say that thinking too much about your past is depression, and thinking too much about your future is anxiety. And when you find that balance, when you hit that middle, you hit euphoria. And since Euphoria, Kendrick ain't missed not one time. I'm talking about Euphoria, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us, the whole GNX album, Squabble Up, Whacked Out Murals. Everything that Kendrick has put down in the last year is finally starting to make even more sense than it did then. So where's this energy coming from, Reed?
Them niggas will never be bigger than Drake. Ever in life, niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake chain? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick goddamn put a nigga on.
Well, recently, if you don't know, if you live under the rock, if you've been Patrick starring it, Young Thug has been running his mouth. We have been getting the Young Thug prison tapes, the conversations that Young Thug has been having, those prison phones that tell you, hey, we're recording this. We have been getting these conversations, and, you know, he been just talking.
You're a superstar. You don't ran up, you a few hundred him, but you ain't put nobody on, though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Because the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
And I feel as though the reason why he's been talking like this is because this is probably one of the first times Young Thug has actually had to deal with life sober. He's actually had to deal with his issues and his traumas sober. So he running his mouth.
He ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. Keem love hell, man. He can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out.
I feel as though the phone with a guy like Thug, that's his drug, right? His connection to the outside world. Because maybe, you know, and that's not to say there ain't no drugs or there is no narcotic on the inside of the prison system. You get what I'm saying? Because if you know, the biggest criminals in there are the COs, and that's how things get in and out of the prison system. But that's neither here nor there. I feel as though this is one of the first times that Thug has had to deal with life sober and ate him up. And he just started running his mouth. And that was his drug of choice. Getting on the phone and talking to the thing that could make him feel a little bit more normal. So the recent phone call that was dropped yesterday was Thug basically kicking Kendrick back in for not doing features with him, Wham.
I truly believe you do a song with me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending. Like, it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying?
How he will never be bigger than Drake because Drake is feeding people. Drake was allowing people to eat. And I was kind of confused. Like, if Buddy allowing you to eat, why you ain't eating? Why you need Kendrick to eat if you eating? You know, it was basically, oh, woe is me. Why am I not getting a feature? He not giving me a feature. He not giving the people I see fit. So he ain't shit.
You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro.
I love the way it feels to be a hater.
That's basically what I got from the whole Thug conversation, because how do you miss the Black Panther soundtrack and all of the songs that Kendrick has done with Future?
Miss me with that bullshit.
You're not a gang member, you're a tourist.
How can you look past Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers with all of the features of Kodak Black and Kendrick still get crap for giving a person like Kodak Black features? Thug was basically like, why he ain't did nothing for me? You listen to Squabble Up, everybody like,
hey Doc, can I get a drop? I'm like, nigga, no.
Also, the Bobby Altoff and Drake interview comes out, and Drake is talking about, I'm in my Euro trash bag.
I'm Euro trash, babe. It's 2025. I'm in my Euro trash bag.
And if you listen to Whacked Out Mural, he talks about how yesterday somebody whacked out my mural.
That energy will make you niggas move to Europe.
So basically, everything Kendrick has been saying has been what's coming to the light now. We're hearing Kendrick in his music tell us what's been going on behind the scenes, and now we're seeing it. We're seeing Drake spiral out of control. He's overseas. He's in Europe. He's doing his overseas touring. He's not doing any tours in America. He's staying away from America as best as he can. He's in his European trash bag or whatever, you know. I know that was all jokes, but it's funny how you listen to the music that Kendrick put down. He predicted everything. He predicted that he was going to sue. He started out Not Like Us at the courthouse. Yeah, this is, I'm going to make him sue. Kendrick has done the work, and what we're seeing is a black man who found balance, who got comfortable with his past and got comfortable with the ills that life has given him, and has gotten comfortable with all of the fortune that he's going to get from surviving that. You get the survivor's guilt But when you do the work, you understand, hey, this was your life. This is life. This had to happen. In no universe, I always talk about this, a canon event. Shout out to Spider-Man. In no universe will this not have happened. This had to happen. So hearing Young Thug get on his phone calls and talk about how Baby Keem ain't this and Kendrick ain't that and how he'll never be bigger than Drake, it's just gratifying. It's satisfying to Kendrick fans because a lot of things that Drake said to Kendrick already knew, right? Because there's been energy around the industry about that for a minute. And Kendrick is very much a Compton dude, bro. They don't rock with everybody. LA don't rock with everybody. And that's what I'm realizing is that I don't know too much about LA culture besides what I see on the TV screen. But the closer I get and the closer I see it is, everybody ain't invited. There's a certain cloth that you have to be cut from when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to street, when it comes to fashion. Everything LA do, everything Cali people do is very different comparison to what we do on the East Coast, what we do in the South. And so Young Thug getting on that phone call and saying all he's saying is just, it tickles me. Kendrick knew. Kendrick know how these people feel about him. It's written on their face. When he popped up at the BET Awards and walked past them, it was a lot of energy there. It was a lot of like, this mother, how did this mug? He ain't street enough. You listen to what Drake levied against Kendrick. He heard that from somewhere. He got that information from somewhere because I guarantee you, Drake wishes he could be more of a Kendrick artist. That's one of his biggest problems. Kanye's biggest problem was Drake. Drake's biggest problem was Kendrick. They all three was hating on each other. Kanye was hating on goddamn Drake. Drake was hating on goddamn Kendrick. And so Drake heard a lot of these things from places. Oh, you ain't really a gangster. You ain't really put nobody on. You ain't don't go back to your hood and plant no money trees. He's getting this from somewhere. He's very cozy with Thug, which I always say, if you go watch my videos, man. I said it for a long time. It never made sense how Drake was so cool with Thug, knowing what we know, and he was supposed to be, Lil Wayne was supposed to be his mentor. It never made sense to me how much Drake and Thug were cool when we knew how hard Thug was working to get Wayne up out of here. And just come to find out, that's just the hating ass energy that Thug got.
I love the way it feels to be a hater.
Drake got that energy from somewhere. He got confirmation from it. He probably was feeling that way, but he probably didn't get bold about it until he heard a Young Thug, until he heard the people around Thug and the 21 Savages about, this, you can hear it. Or maybe even he watches academics can hear a lot of the negativity that people have said towards Kendrick. This is just all revealing. Kendrick he did the work. He found the balance and he found a way to be unapologetically himself and speak his truth. And I could just imagine the hate that's on him. Oh, he not putting nobody on. He not feeding nobody family. Drake done fed everybody. That's why he'll never be bigger than him. He need to do something money bag. He need to do something with Wham. And in a way, I could be like, you know what? I could see that. If it wasn't attached to all the hating, and this is where I try to be fair, if it wasn't attached to all the hating and all the negativity, all the Baby Keem ain't this, and Drake is better than him and he'll never be better than Drake, if he just not said a lot of that stuff, I could see him being like, man, I wish Kendrick fuck with us more, man. Kendrick would be so much bigger if he actually messed with us, if he actually got on song with Moneybagg Yo. But what Thug don't understand, and which I think he does, and I think everybody understands it. I think even watching the Bobby Altoff interview, she knew that Drake was using her. She knew. That was just Valley Girl, we don't care. That was a F you to the culture, right? But I think Thug can't admit that Drake has been using them. Man, listen, and while I was editing, I just want to say that Drake didn't do these features and put people on out of the bottom of his heart. He did that for clout. Y'all his black friends. Future, Thug, and all of these guys he did songs with, they the black friends. When you got that person that's, hey, my brother-in-law is married to a sister that's black. My brother-in-law has a sister that his girlfriend that he like, come on, bro. That's what a lot of these Atlanta artists was to Drake. They were just his black friends. He was just trying to hang out with the brothers to prove that he was down. He wanted to invite to the barbecue. And so that's what that was. This was not being done out of the kindness of his heart. All of these Atlanta artists and the Block Boy JBs and all of these people that he did songs with, they were his black friend. He says R.I.P. Cheese in Philly to Gilly's kid. He's just doing it for clout. He don't really mean it. As soon as he gets the opportunity, he gonna show you where his loyalty lies. We'll go to hell for Johnny Manziel. That's where his loyalty lies. It wasn't with your son Cheese. It wasn't with you. He was just saying that for lip service because it sounded good and it was the right thing to say at the time. And I think that people are starting to realize that Drake has no integrity. Kendrick got integrity. I hate the fact that artists don't be in the studio with each other anymore because you can hear it. You can tell when somebody is not really on the same page artistically and they just sending in verses. That's a lot of that industry game. That's a lot of the industry. The industry plays like that. The industry, no real unity. There's no real camaraderie. It's just doing things for lip service and doing things for numbers and clicks and like. Kendrick not about that. He's really an art. He's really an artistry person. You know, I've been real critical of the streets lately. And I guess my biggest point with the streets in hip hop is that it's not about the art. If you make good street art and you make it clever, I'm cool with that. If you listen to a lot of the OGs, they made it clever to where sometimes you'd even know what the song was about until you really listen to the lyric. Nowadays, it's just so raw and so gritty and it don't have no art to it. I don't have a problem with streets being in hip hop as long as it's clever. Thug ain't clever no more. Thug lost it. There was a point in time where I could say, yo, Thug was unique and Thug was doing something different. Kendrick is an artistry person. Clips did street stuff. It was art. It was poetry. It was hip hop first, streets second. A lot of times you get streets first, hip hop second. I feel as though Kendrick is hip hop first, street second. And that's why we got GNX, because he got into something that he had to prove that, yo, I'm from this life. You don't want to really, but it was clever. It was unique. It was conceptual. It was different. Artists like 21 Savage, Moneybagg, Wham, Lil Baby. Don't get me wrong. Lil Baby has had some moments where I'm like, yo, I like that. The Bigger Picture. I love that. The Bigger Picture came out. He spoke up on Black Lives Matters and the things that was going on, and he gave all of that money to charity. I love that. But when you really look at the artistry of it, these guys have been falling off. They've been slacking. So for me, I feel as though there's a reason why Kendrick works with Kodak Black. There's a reason why he works with a Future, because there's a uniqueness there. There is some type of level of artistry, and it's hip hop, and then maybe it's some street shit. Kendrick has just been moving like Nostradamus.
White people love Wayne Brady because he makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X.
Man, this man has the key, and I'm curious to see what he comes up with. I'm curious to see what his next project is, what his next move is. If this movie is coming out, we were supposed to get this movie. Wasn't we supposed to get this movie? Supposed to get a movie with the South Park crew that they were writing. I'm very curious and very excited to see where Kendrick goes, because man, the industry is exposing himself, and he said it. I'm gonna do what COVID did. They'll never get over it. And what we realize is that Kendrick kind of killed a bunch of birds with one stone. He got more than two birds with one stone. He got a whole industry with one stone. As a Kendrick supporter, I'm enjoying this, man. When we gotta just sit back and be in awe of it. This is one of one. We've never seen nothing like this, and it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more bloodshed. Go listen to Whacked Out Murals. Go listen to Squabble Up. Go listen to the 616 in LA. Go listen to Meet the Grams, Not Like Us, Euphoria. This man has been in 2027 already. This man is already fighting battles in 2027 that we can't even see yet. Whew. This is amazing. How y'all feel about this, man? I was just kind of I just had to give my opinion on this, man. I need them Powerball numbers, Kendrick. Give me them Powerball numbers today. Hopefully it's Wednesday, so there's a Powerball drawing tonight. This might be irrelevant by the morning, but man, the way that man moving, that man might know something. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to this Cash App if you want to help the channel. The best way to support the channel is to become a member. Link is in the description, or if the join button is available, hit that join button. Join to be a part of the Good Readers Club. Welcome to the family. We appreciate you. Conversation continues with you in the comment section. Let me know how you feeling about this. Y'all might want to hit Kendrick up. If you having a baby right now, he could put his hand over the belly right now and predict, I think it's going to be a boy. Kendrick could read your palms right now. Kendrick, where you at? I need the Powerball numbers. I'm out of here, man. Peace.